What's up everybody, Tony here with iTech Check, and today we're going to be taking a look at a smart lock made by Hugolog. This is the HU03. It has a whole bunch of really cool features that I'm going to go over totally. I'm also going to go over the installation for you in case you're interested in that as well. And it also has the option of being remotely locked and unlocked when you're not at home with this optional gateway. But when you're at home, it uses Bluetooth from your phone to communicate with the lock to lock and unlock it. So just to name a few features that I think are pretty important are the fact that you can use 3 different ways to unlock the device. One is using your phone. The other one is using the physical key if the battery happens to die for some reason, or you can also use the touchpad that's on here. Another really cool feature is the use of a fake pin. So if you have neighbors or somebody who are kind of like to watch you and you don't want anybody to know your pin, you can kind of put in a fake pin before your real pin and nobody will really be able to figure out what your real pin is. It also looks like it has a pretty easy, straightforward installation. All it does is replace your current deadbolt with the device that it has here. And it also can integrate with a wireless doorbell, which I will show you in a separate video. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to let you guys know when I put out that new video. So first, let's go and see what you get inside the box. Okay, so here we have our little installation template and our installation guides. So here we have the outside portion of the lock. It's made of, looks like brushed aluminum. It feels pretty substantial. It doesn't feel cheap at all. And then it has the keypad here that lights up once it's in use. And then here we have the inside portion of the device. It is made of that same brushed metal. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels pretty substantial. The locking mechanism feels pretty good as well. Nice and solid. And then here we have the battery cover, which is plastic. There's your batteries, 4 AA's. And then here we have the rest of our installation hardware. And then here's that little Bluetooth wireless gateway I was telling you about. Here's the device. It is really small. It looks like it simply plugs into a wall adapter and then you just leave it somewhere. So it's pretty out of the way. Here is the power adapter for that device. And then it also comes with a micro USB cable. So I will be going over the whole installation of this device, going over all of its features and my experience with the device. So make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. Okay, so once you've removed your original deadbolt, there are some measurements you're gonna have to do. I've already made those measurements. Everything that was already set on the deadbolt is perfectly set up for my setup. So when I insert the deadbolt in here, as you can see, it's already in the middle. So now all I need to do is screw it in. Once the deadbolt is in place, you're going to want to take a screwdriver, a Phillips head, stick it into the cross, and then just make sure that your deadbolt smoothly opens and closes. So as you can see on the keypad portion here, there's already a rubber gasket around the keypad. I'm assuming to keep moisture and everything out from getting behind this. So all we need to do now is fish the cable underneath here and make sure that the little tab fits in the little crosshairs here. Okay, so as you can see, I fished the cable underneath and the little tab has gone through the center of the deadbolt. Now we will be doing this installation without putting the extra hole above the deadbolt to keep everything level. So we will fish the little cable through the bottom here. And then we need to take our 2 screws here and we're going to put them through the other holes here. So you kind of want to hold the front and the back so nothing falls apart. Now you don't want to tighten these screws all the way until you make sure you have everything lined up. So we'll just get one started, we'll put the other one in, and then we'll line everything up and tighten everything up. And then once you make sure that your back plate and your front plate are both lined up, we'll go ahead and tighten these 2 screws here. Okay, then once our plate is all installed, we're going to take our rotation shaft. We're going to put the shaft on the little tab here, push that in place. Then we'll take our inside plate. We're going to go ahead and attach the little connector, the bottom here. As you can see, there's a little red dot and a little red dot on here, so you want to make those match up. Then we'll push this on here, making sure that the little tab fits over place. And as you can see, there's 2 screw holes where we're going to put 2 of those black little screws. And then below the locking mechanism, there is also a 3rd screw hole. And for this installation, we need to make sure that the little knob is facing upwards. Okay, so now what we're going to need to do is install our 4 AA batteries. And when you put in the batteries, you want to make sure that your deadbolt is in the unlock position. And then what we need to do is reset the lock. So there's a little reset hole here. You're going to need a little paper clip that's pretty long. What you're going to do is hold that in there for maybe like 5 seconds. And then once you hear the beep, you can release. And then it's calibrated. We'll put our cover on. Now the last step in this process would be to put in these reinforcement plates, but they don't really fit my door, so I'm going to use the existing one that I already have here. And then once everything is all set up and in place, you want to make sure that the lock freely locks and unlocks, because if it doesn't, when you go to remote lock the door, it's going to have trouble. So you need to make sure that this freely unlocks and locks. After you install the lock, you're going to want to scan the QR code to download the app if you're using iOS. You can also go in on Android and just download the app directly from the App Store. The app is called Hugolog. Once you open the app, you're going to have to register a new account. Once you're finishing registering, you're going to hit Add Device. We're going to click on Smart Lock, select our lock, then follow the steps here, and you won't hear a voice guide. All you'll hear is a little ding. Once you hear the ding, select Confirm, and it should pick up your device. And now you're ready to use your app. Now to be able to remotely unlock and lock your door when you're not at home, you're going to need this optional gateway. This is what it looks like here, and I'm going to go through the whole setup process for this. It's pretty much the same setup as how we did the smart lock. It's really small and compact, and you can pretty much plug it into any wall socket. So once you power up the gateway, you'll open up the app. It'll ask you if you want to add the gateway. You say go to add. Then you need to set your settings on your phone to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal. When you're ready, hit confirm, and it will link up to the gateway. We then need to hit search new device. It should find your door lock. We'll select the door lock, and then immediately to join, it'll add your lock. And then you should see your door lock under your gateway. One thing to note, that when you're remotely trying to lock and unlock your door, nothing will look different. It'll still say it's connected to Bluetooth, but it will show you that you are unlocking and locking your door. And then here I just wanted to show you that I was about a block away from my house. I have to actually go down there, turn the corner, and then go all the way down to my home. So I'm not anywhere near it to where I could use the Bluetooth. So I'll go back to the app, I'll click unlock the door. It'll ask me to confirm. I'll hit confirm, and then it will give me the notification that my door was unlocked. Okay, so let's go over some of the features of the app. As you can see here, it shows pretty much what the weather is like. You have your devices. Then at the bottom here, we have a section where you can set some automations and some conditions for your smart lock. Like for the automation, I have it to send me an alert when my away alert goes off, if the lock fails to actually lock, and then also if the door is manually unlocked, I have it to set to send me a notification as well. And then under me, here we have our home management, all of our home settings. You can set, if you have more than one lock, you can set different rooms. We have our message center. This is where it kind of sends all the notifications that happens with the lock. You have your alarms. Here's your home, like it shows the firmware was updated, and then some bulletins. And then for our settings, you can turn on sound when you unlock and lock the door from the app. You have your app notifications. I have them enabled. We can set the alarm notification, a home notification, and bulletins. Then you have more. I don't need any marketing messages, so I have that turned off. You just want system notifications turned on. Network diagnosis, and clear your cache and log out. Okay, and then we'll go back to the home screen. This is where you're going to add your lock from the beginning with the little plus sign up at the top right hand corner. I also have our gateway here, and then our front door lock, which I'll click on right now. And as you can see, it's got a nice big button to unlock the door. When you click the button, it asks for confirmation to unlock. We'll go ahead and hit confirm. The door unlocks, as you can see, and then it'll give you the unlock button. And it'll also say down at the bottom here that it was unlocked by you, so it keeps a record. Now, the reason why you don't see the unlock is because I have the auto lock set. When you have the auto lock set, it won't show you that the door unlocked because it should automatically lock by itself. You can also rename your lock with the top right hand corner button up here. You can set the name. You have your device information, tap and run automations. Like I showed you before, I have those set. You can also share your device with other people, maybe a guest that's temporarily going to be with you. You can share that with them. You can add to your home screen here. We have check device network and check for firmware update. I don't think that there was. Yeah, there's no updates available. It's already updated. And then down at the bottom here, we have your alarm section. This is where all the alarms have happened. We have our users. I've added me and my wife. You can also add more. Like I said, if you want to add somebody that's temporarily going to be staying with you, you can add a user for them. And then you can also set to where that PIN code temporarily works. You can make it temporary or permanent. And you can also set the effective dates. So it will automatically disable itself after a certain date. And then we have our record here. This is a record of every time the door was unlocked. It'll show how it was unlocked, like it shows here Bluetooth. We have a manual unlock. We also use the password here. So it keeps a log of who unlocks the door and how it's been unlocked too, which is a really nice feature as well. Here we also have the battery percentage, so you never have to guess whether you need to change the batteries or not. We'll go into our settings here. Here is the password management. This is where you can set your particular password for each person for the door lock. And it also has this really cool hijack feature where I made a temporary password here. And if you select hijack password, this is good maybe if you're in a situation where somebody's forcing you to use your password to unlock the door. This will send out a notification to everybody on your list to let you know, hey, I'm possibly, in need of help, and you can, call the authorities or whatever. So that's a really cool option to set a password with the hijack password so you don't actually put in your normal one and alert everybody by accident. Here's the touchscreen volume. You can turn that on normal or have it muted. Automatic lock switch. This is where your door will automatically lock itself after the set amount of time, whether you manually unlock it or you use the passcode to unlock it, or if you use the app to unlock it. Anytime you unlock it, no matter how you unlock it, it will automatically try to lock after the set amount of time that you've put on it. I have 10 seconds here. You can also increase that to as much as you want. The only thing you have to worry about here is if you keep the door open for longer than you need, it will try to automatically lock, and then you're going to have to unlock it if the door is not closed. And then again, here is the alert, which should say away. So if you set your lock to away, it will disable the PIN code, and if the lock is unlocked manually, it will send an alert to your message center. If you want to have the lock send you a text message, you need to go into your smart and then set an automation to have an alert sent to you if the alarm is going off. It doesn't just send an alarm to your text message. So as you can see, we have the alarm set to away. I'm going to go ahead and unlock the door with my key here, and immediately it puts it into the alarm mode, and then we get a notification that the alarm is going off. And that will continue to go off until I go into the app and unlock the door or relock it. And that turns the alarm off. Now you can also set a password that will alert other family members that your password has been hijacked. So I've created a temporary password and set the hijack option. So it says after opening, unlocking with this password will trigger a hijack reminder. So that's saved. So I'm going to go ahead and put that password in and we'll see what happens. So as you can see, I got a hijack alarm on my phone. So whether somebody actually took your password, or if you're in a situation where somebody's forcing you to use your password, other family members can get that same alert on their phone and possibly, call 911. And it also has an anti-peep feature where if somebody's maybe watching you put your code in, you can choose to put in other numbers before your actual passcode, and it'll still unlock the door, but it won't let somebody know what your actual password is. Then you can also easily lock the door by holding in any button for a couple seconds, and it'll go ahead and lock the door. And then after 10 unsuccessful passwords, it'll go ahead and lock out the lock so you can't actually unlock it yourself. See? But you can still go ahead and go inside the app and it will unlock your door for you. Or you can use your key, but the keypad won't work. And that's pretty much it for the app. It's pretty straightforward, very easy to use. And again, you can get that on iOS and Android. So now that I've had a chance to use the lock for about a week now, I want to give you my experiences and thoughts on the usage of the thing. So the first thing is the style. It's really nice. It's not huge and bulky. It fits in nicely with the type of handle that I have on my door now. The bolt is really solid. It's just as good as any other bolt that you'd buy from, a hardware store. The stylings of it, it's nice and rounded. It's not, squared off and bulky. And it's all made of metal except for the battery door, which is really nice. The touchpad works flawlessly. It's super bright, easy to see, very responsive. Every time I've touched the pad to put in my key code, it is unlocked every single time. I haven't had any issues with it. I've never had any problems using the app while I was at home on Bluetooth. Again, when you're at home, you don't need the use of that optional gateway. So if you're just wanting to use your lock at home with your cell phone, it uses Bluetooth. If you want to remotely unlock and lock your door when you're away, maybe on vacation, and somebody need to get into your home, you would need that optional gateway, and it works great. I haven't had any connection issues. It's out of the way. It's super small. You just kind of plug it in to a wall outlet and you just forget about it. It's super easy to install, like you saw, and I definitely think it's an excellent option to buy. Another really great feature is that auto lock. So no matter whether you're leaving your home or you're coming home, the lock has the set time that you set, and it will automatically lock your door for you. So if you're forgetful, this feature is definitely great for you. The installation is also straightforward, very easy to do. It took me about 20 minutes to install, and anybody can do it. If you can follow instructions, you can definitely install this yourself. And if you're having any troubles, you can just rewatch this video and it'll show you exactly how to install the door lock. The other really nice feature is that it integrates perfectly with that doorbell camera. So if you're looking for a doorbell camera to replace your original doorbell, this will integrate with it, and you can use it all in one app. You don't have to open up one app to control the door lock and another app to check your doorbell cam. You can do it all from this one app, which makes everything super easy. One con that I did want to talk about that can be fixed with some software updates is the fact that it doesn't send out notifications for things that I think you should be notified for, such as the door maybe not locking or getting jammed. So if you leave your home and the door doesn't lock, you're going to want to know so you can go back and lock the door. But the only way it'll send you a notification for some of these critical things is if you go in and set an automation, like I just told you, the door not locking. If it jams or something like that, the only way for you to know is if you go in and set an automation for it to send you a notification on your phone if that happens. The only notification that I saw that actually did go through was the hijack notification, which is definitely critical, but there are also other certain situations where I think you need to be notified before you get too far away from your door. Now, some of you might be thinking that the keypad makes the door lock a little too bulky, but I definitely would say it's a great option, because if you like to go running or biking or something like that, that's one less device that you have to carry in your pocket to unlock your door. So you just kind of go out, come back, and you punch in the code and you can unlock the door. You don't have to carry a key, you don't have to carry your phone. It's just very easy to unlock the door. And if you guys are interested in purchasing this door lock, I will be putting links in the description in case you guys want to pick one up yourself. So that's pretty much it, guys. I definitely recommend this door lock if you guys are looking for an option to replace your dumb deadbolt with a smart lock. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment in the section below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to let you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.